What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly podcast that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Stenson, Neocharge on PSN, and joining me, as always, for episode number 4, Bob. We're on episode number 4, is the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia, Bob Harriman, Leon Lyon Hartley on PSN. What's up, man?
How's it going, everybody? Doing pretty good. It's been a busy, weird week, changing a lot of schedules, end of school year, you know how that stuff goes. So I'm adjusting. Definitely was running on fumes for the last couple of days, but here I am, well rested and ready to do this thing, man. How are you been?
I'm good. Beer helps with that. I can't really relate with the school stuff, but I hear you. Because I don't have any kids. But you have 3?
Yeah. That's if anybody that's following me out there on Facebook, I posted the picture for my youngest, who finally he graduated 8th grade. So that means now I don't have any of those primary school age children in my house. And as I said, I feel old. I'm gonna go take my ibuprofen and I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit because that means I have officially reached that point in my life where we can start looking and almost becoming empty nesters here in the next 5 to 10 years, and that's scary because I never thought I'd get this far, man.
Oh, man. That's the dream for sure. Just don't drink on ibuprofen. I take ibuprofen too, but you're not supposed to drink. I still do it, but it's really bad. But yeah, dude, we all take ibuprofen. Shit.
They say it's bad for you, but keep in mind, I was
Right.
my military members will know what I mean by this. Taking an 800 milligram ibuprofen, slamming it down with a monster, smoking a cigarette, and going for a run. That's just the life, man.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. Like I said, drinking helps, which, by the way, we're both drinking, talking some games here. Let's go into what we're drinking. How about that? What are you drinking?
All right. I guess I'll lead this dance today. I am drinking because it's summertime or getting warmer out, so I like to go with lighter beers. I don't like pale ales really. Hefeweizens. I've never been a fan. Just nothing I've ever been into. So this week I got me a sour. It's the sour rosé from Crooked Stav Brewing in Denver, just north of us here.
Hell yeah. The sour rosé is my favorite. Crooked Stave's awesome, amazing brewery. And yeah, I just love beer. I'm going still sticking with the theme. It's hot today. It's like 71 degrees, sunny. Did you know Colorado Springs has 300 days of sunshine average? Everyone's like, Colorado's so cold. But here's the thing. When I came out here, it was middle of or late fall, early winter. It was like 35 degrees out and I was in t-shirt and shorts. And there's 3 reasons for this. Colorado's so high up. Colorado Springs is sitting higher than Denver. We're like 6,800 feet above sea level. The air is way thinner here. That's why we have Olympic Training Center and everything like that. And there's little to no moisture in the air because we're in a desert climate. With those factors, the sun, you feel the sun so much more. And the temperature difference between in the sun and in the shade is crazy. So when you see like, oh yeah, Colorado is 35 degrees. Well, it depends on where you're at and if you're in the sun. Because if you're in the sun, it feels like it's like 55. It's awesome. I love it.
Oh, dude, absolutely. I love that part of it. I always joke it's because of the desert. You know, you're sitting on the planet without an atmosphere sometimes when you're standing in the sun. I'm trying to think of that cartoon that played a joke on that. There's a few of them out there, but you know, you're in the sun, you're baking. You're in the shade, you're freezing. So I live by pretty much t-shirts, shorts, and pants all year round.
Yep, same here. And guess what else we don't have? We don't have bugs. There's really no bugs. I mean, there's spiders and shit, but like you can sit outside. I know my friends in the Midwest, this sounds like crazy to do. You can sit outside without any citronella bullshit or any mosquito repellent. Bugs won't bother you. We have like a horde of moths come around. It's really weird, but then it's like 2 weeks. But yeah, dude, mosquitoes aren't here. I went to Florida like sometime last year. And yeah, you can't sit outside for more at night for more than like 30 minutes without getting eaten alive. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I'll give Colorado one thing though. The one downside, if you're like me, and that's if you're in certain parts of the state at a certain time of year and you have to deal with that tarantula migration bullshit.
Oh yeah. Yep.
No, no, no.
They're friendly.
Yeah, that's what you can say that all you want, but a spider, I will say nuke it from orbit and call it a day.
Oh, okay. So if it comes to snakes and spiders, you're a snake kind of guy. You hate spiders.
Yeah, yeah, and I used to spiders used to not bother me.
Mm.
Growing up, you play with the daddy long legs and things like that, right? Then it didn't bother me, and then I got bit by a brown recluse many
Ooh,
years
that'll do
ago.
it.
Ended up in the hospital for 5 days. That was the end of it. That was the end of our relationship. From there
That
on,
was here.
no, this was actually in Georgia.
That's yeah.
Once again, this is why I don't live in the South. I could give you 1,000 reasons. Sorry for anybody
Yeah.
that may be there, but it's just the way it is and the way I am.
Oh well. You know what else we have that's amazing in Colorado? Beer. And I am drinking, like I said, summer inspired from one of my favorite breweries. I have a brewery tier list. I'll share it one day, maybe. There's like, I don't know, 30 breweries on it. This is from the S tier. Okay. This is from WeldWorks Brewing Company. And they make some crazy beers. I went there one time. It's in Greeley, Colorado. I went there. They have all kinds of shit on tap. I had a taco flavored beer. Weird, but it was delicious. But they mainly specialize in the dessert type beers like key lime pie, peanut butter and jelly beer. Today, I'm actually drinking a guava lime gose, and that's how you pronounce it. Gose, gose, sour ale. Sticking with the fruity sours, and I love guava, so that's what I'm drinking. Shout out to WeldWorks. I even have it in my WeldWorks glass.
Ooh, that's
So
fancy.
yeah, I love WeldWorks. Really good time. If you're ever in Greeley, Colorado, it's pretty much the only thing to do there because Greeley is such a very small town. And then there's the nerd store. So uh, really cool brewery there. But yeah, that's what we're drinking. Uh, life been good.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, just dealing with the graduations, dealing with the schedule changes. My wife has had a change in schedule at work. Trying to sort it out because they want her there at 4 a.m. And I'm like, can we do 6? Because I want to be able to sleep before between now and 2030. Please, pretty
Yeah.
please.
Oh, that's way too early. So last episode I did talk about I watched Devil May Cry on Netflix. Highly recommend it. I've been listening to that soundtrack. We actually met up at the brewery, one of the breweries here, and listened to that soundtrack in my car. Uh, I guess people don't know I have a crazy sound system in my car with two 12-inch subwoofers in the back and a 1,000-watt amp pushing it. I'm kind of into stereo systems, but dude, that DMC soundtrack made by Power Glove mainly. The soundtrack on Apple Music or Spotify is mainly Power Glove. Saw them live at MagFest. Shout out to MagFest. Uh, it's a deviation from what Power Glove usually does, and it's more like synth and more heavy bass. Kind of reminds me of Doom, honestly. The soundtrack I showed you, Revenge, dude. But yeah, I've been listening to that. It's incredible. I highly recommend it on all music streaming platforms, or go buy it. Support Power Glove.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny when we were talking, I remembered which song I wanted to hear on that sound system. For those out there who
Oh,
don't know, I do not have a sound system, but I appreciate them. It's not a funding or a project that I can fund. If you haven't done it, run Slipknot's Unsainted through
mm,
there. I definitely think there's a lot going on from highs to lows and with that bass and everything. I would love to hear that at some point. Maybe we'll have to do that. But yeah,
okay.
absolutely, man. I definitely got to listen to the DMC soundtrack. It's on my to do list.
Well, watch the TV show first, and then listen to the soundtrack for sure. But yeah, the soundtrack enhances that TV show incredibly. Yeah, I'm a big connoisseur in audio and video technology. I grew up in the Midwest. We all had sound systems, so yeah. I don't know if people are familiar with decibel counts. Mine hits like around 130 and can give you a massage in the front seat. So it's great. I love it. What else? What else? Oh, I got my DualSense back. I did find out that they did replace it because I was like, I hooked it up and it had a software update for the DualSense Edge, and I was like, okay. And I was like, well, there's one way to figure this out. Check the fucking serial number on the device. Check the serial number. Lo and behold, it's a different serial number. So there was something jacked up so badly that they had to replace the actual whole controller, which kind of makes me feel a little better because like it doesn't sound like it was user error. And I have been reading on Reddit that there are, and I do have another friend that has this issue where the back paddles have been sticking for them. So
What will you just stop eating those Cheetos and Mountain Dew while you're playing video games, folks? Come on now.
right. That makes me cringe. Oh God, I don't understand how people can eat pizza and game at the same time. I don't get it. It's so greasy.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. If I play with my son, I make him wash his hands and like wipe things down afterwards and shit because I
yeah,
don't play around with that, man.
exactly, dude. I usually game after dinner, and I thoroughly wash my hands before with Dawn usually because it cuts the grease, right? And
Mhm.
then even after I play, usually 4 or 5 hour session, I'll wipe down my controller with a microfiber cloth because like that shit gets even like clean hands. You're still sweating, especially if you're playing something like Doom. You got to wipe that shit down. So take care of your controllers. I took care of mine. It sounds like a manufacturer's defect. So keep an eye out for that. Let's see. Let's get into the other stuff like housekeeping and stuff. We have corrections. I said some things on the last episode that were wrong. Not intentionally, of course, but here on Shapes of Gaming, we definitely like fact checking. And if it's after the fact, we're going to correct it on the next one. A small one, Avery Brewing is in Boulder, not Denver. Super small one. Big ones, though, I said Metroid Prime 4 was going to be 4K 120 and 1080 60. So resolution first, frame rate next. We all know, most of us know, more frame rate equals less resolution. So Metroid Prime 4 is going to run 4K or 2160p, 60 and 1080p 20, which is so incredible. That's awesome. Are you excited for 4?
Oh, dude, absolutely. I 2 and 3 were good, don't get me wrong. 1 was the game changer, but I don't know,
Oh,
something
yeah.
about 4, it's got this almost like bioscientific, element to it, where you get the anybody that hasn't seen the trailer, Samus gets psychic powers essentially. Yeah, I'm on board for that. It doesn't sound like it's going to work, but when you see it in the trailer, I'm like, actually, this might be worth it. And then they said 120 that 120 hertz or frames. Oh my god! If you've never played a game at 120 frames, you need to experience that at least once in your life because there is a stark difference.
Samus is that purple dragon monster, right? Metroid's the cool robot bounty hunter, isn't it?
Hey, honey, you went to Zelda this year, I see.
Oh,
Oh.
mm, man. Yeah. I don't know what it is with Nintendo. They call their games like they call The Legend of Zelda. I guess Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is proper now because you actually play as Zelda. But yeah, Metroid, one of my favorite IPs. Of course, it's Samus, the bounty hunter. She's amazing, and I wanted to correct that because I know frame rate and I know resolution. So another quick correction: I butchered his name too badly last time, and this guy, the creative director of Clair Obscur Expedition 33, is going to be very prominent in gaming culture probably going forward. We're going to hear a lot of them at the Game Awards. I guarantee you this game is going to get nominated for a shit ton of things, including Game of the Year. It's probably going to win Game of the Year. You heard it first on Shapes of Game here. But his name, I don't know how I said it, and I don't want to know, but it's pronounced Guillaume Baroche. Baroche. Guillaume Baroche. Okay. I think I said Goulame or some shit like that. I'm not French. I don't speak French, but I did want to correct it. As in respect for him, and you're going to hear a lot from him and the studio because man, I think that game on Metacritic is sitting at a 93 now. It's
That
definitely going to get Game of the Year.
that's
I'm
wild.
yeah, I have no doubt. So, and you're getting ready to play it, so I'm excited for that. Uh, draft, we had some draft scores come out. And I think I'd like to go over these. I'd like to go over like when we have episodes and scores come out. I'd like to go over the scores, and then at the end of the month, maybe just do a draft check-in. Because dude, the draft is so fun. It's something super small. No money's on the line. All this is fake money, but it's fun, and we like sharing it. And you can follow along because we have a channel dedicated to the draft. So let's see what games recently came out. I think there were 3. There was one big one that you had drafted. You want to talk about that one?
Well, I mean, if you're referring to the Slayer himself, that's going to be
Sure.
yeah, that's going to be the one that I snuck out from a few people after I got mad about other stuff being taken from me, and that's Doom's The Dark Ages, which we'll be talking about Doom later today.
Sure
Um,
will.
it scored. I'll put it. Here's your preview, folks. It scored an 86 on OpenCritic, which is 11 points in the draft. I think
16.
or 16. You're right. 16. So sorry. My
I
math
got
didn't
you.
work out there.
I got you.
I'll say this much. I think it should be higher.
Hmm. Dude, anything over 85 is a fucking banger. Anything over 85 game wise, incredible game. I mean, I think Horizon Forbidden West, which probably we should have scored higher, was 89 or something like that. Anything upper 80s is incredible. And anything you get over 15, that's how you win drafts.
Yeah.
Any double digits on the draft, right? And it's sitting at it's 16 points, 86. Basically, anything over 70 is 1 point. So each score point is 1 point. So 70, 86, you get 16 points. That's a solid pickup. I think it's a solid score. Is it scored low? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I can share my thoughts later in the episode about Doom the Dark Ages, and then I'll tell you if I think it scored low or higher. So, what else? A huge surprise came out yesterday. We're recording Wednesday. This goes live on Thursday, so it came out 2 days ago. A little game by the name of Sea of Stars got DLC. Shout out to Admiral Merps. He is Stats and Plats, the publisher on this draft. Dude, this DLC scored. Oh, it's sitting at 89 now. It scored higher than the game, 1 point higher. I think the game got an 88. But dude, on DLC, he got 19 points. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Don't get me. Oh, amazing. I'm just I've got thoughts, but I will say for a pickup, that's amazing for a DLC. Oh, by the way, did you let the audience know
What?
that it is a free DLC, my friend?
Right? Yeah. We did. We fact checked it last episode because we thought it was paid because of how the popularity it was getting and how it looked. But yeah, dude, it's free. Free DLC. Got 89, which is scored higher than the game. Shout out to Sea of Stars. They're awesome. Incredible developer. Amazing. What else? There was one other one. Am I missing one?
Yeah, you
Another
are.
one.
It's another one you grabbed.
I
Well,
grabbed
no, not since we last talked about it. I'm so sorry. I was thinking of
what?
Claire,
Oh
but
yeah. Well, we could tell Claire. Claire got a 92. It's the highest rated game this year, and I got a cool 24 points. So the cool thing with the draft, anything over 90 is 2 points per review point. So anything over 70 going to 90 is 1 point per review point. But if you crack 90, you're getting 2 points for every point. So I picked up 24 points on that one. So I got a lot of games ahead, including some bangers. I think are going to get me 90 as well.
yeah, I think you definitely got some good pickups this year. As I said, as we talked about you earlier, as long as I don't end up in last place, I'm satisfied.
Yeah,
But
you
absolutely,
won't.
man. I think I'm calling it now. I think you got a chance to take the crown this year.
We'll see. I mean, right now it's anybody's game. The projections don't really say anything, but there are projected points. I won't go into it. Maybe next episode when we do
Yeah.
the review. But yeah, I'm sitting pretty. Midnight Walk got released too. He got 10 points for that because I got an 80. But yeah, anyone can do this. You could just set up the draft. Shout out to my friend Mystic Mace. He invited me to the original draft, which I am a part of. I'm part of 2 drafts. but I loved it so much I started one myself. It's just fun. I don't really like review scores, let's be honest, but I don't like a game getting just bogged down to one number. So I don't know. It's just fun. It's a fun little thing to do, and we'll probably record the next year's draft early January. We'll do a podcast out of it. That'll be fun because we basically just all hopped on a Zoom call and did our drafts. So that should be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I always think of the exact same thing. Next year, we got to record this one.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, that's the draft update. Let's see. We have a link tree. Share it with your friends. Tell them about the podcast. If you like our shit, tell other people. That helps. Helps get our voices, you know, spread around, and exposure
Hey-o.
helps us grow. Giggity. Exposure helps us grow. We're not asking for any money. All this is free, and we just like talking games and drinking. And the more that people hear it, the more people that are part of the Discord, the better. So that link tree has it's linked with a QR code, which is cool. And that link tree has everything. It has Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever the fuck they call it nowadays. I'm not really on social media. Shapes of Gaming is though. And yeah, when we go video eventually, whenever that may be, we'll be video on YouTube. So the link tree is a cool way to just share with your friends, and then they can choose how they listen to the podcast. Because you click the podcast, or you tap the podcast, and it's like, which podcast app do you listen to? And then you tap that, and it opens in your podcast app. And then if you follow us there or subscribe, it helps us. And what helps us even more is if you like our shit, leave us a review, give us a rating, and let the world know how much we are awesome or how much we suck. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Say the truth.
That's all we ask. Do what you want. Just speak the truth, and don't be an asshole.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. That's all we ask. But that really does help us out, and that helps us reach more people, and it helps even more people join the conversation for gaming. News. We got a lot of news this week, Bob. We got a lot of news. Where do we start? I guess Stellar Blade is releasing on PC. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad to see Stellar Blade, or the PC community, is finally getting to play this amazing game from last year. Let's be honest, I only have one big scare, man, and that's the modding community.
Which is scare or entertainment?
Yeah, right. Stellar Blade is prime material for Rule 34, and I'm just waiting for those mods. I mean, we already know we got God of War with Kratos and his big swinging dong. Like,
Yep.
I can only imagine what's going to happen. And I'm like, I want to tell the people of the modding community, this is a warning, or my peace of mind, if you will. Don't go modding too bad, because let's be honest, Eve is already a 10. Just leave leave her alone, okay?
Right.
Please. But yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to this. I just hope they get a good port of it, and hope they can appreciate to do this. And I'm looking forward to, whatever they've got next coming up.
Yeah. Stellar Blade's incredible. They're not very conservative with how Eve looks. It makes sense to the story. She's basically half naked in the game. Okay, go play Stellar Blade. It's incredible. It makes sense to the story. They got a ton of flack for this when it came out, but yeah, she's an android, and androids are basically created. So, and it's Korean. So she's a very beautiful woman in the aspects of kind of like near automata and stuff like that. Very heavily inspired by near automata, but yeah, man, when you're playing, I made sure I got the short hair so I could see that booty going forward, right? Because she's a beautiful woman, and it's fun to play. So
yeah, absolutely. And for context, anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about here, she is a very, very beautiful character model and woman. But please understand that this wasn't just some dude who hasn't, been in seen a woman or been on a date since the 1980s. They found her. She is a supermodel out of South Korea, and that's what the model is based off of. That entire character model. So please keep in mind that, yes, it seems outlandish, but it is very much rooted in reality. And then when you tie it in together with, like you said, with the story and how she's actually a created a being, and that they were literally trying for perfection and striving for perfection, then yeah, absolutely makes sense. And, I mean, let's be honest, it's nice to look at, no matter
Yeah.
no matter which way you swing on that one.
No matter which way you swing. Yeah. And I will talk to anybody about this on one condition: you play the game at least 5 hours. And then I'll have a conversation with you. But if you haven't played the game and you're coming at me bitching about her character model, shut the fuck up.
Dude, I'm sorry. I know this isn't in the news, but you got me. But I was reading on Reddit earlier today, and a redditor will say harassed Sony for a refund on a Bolivian remastered because there was a bug that they didn't talk about. There was some kind of buggy issue that was pissing them off, and they demanded a refund after 18 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's not a lot of gameplay in the breadth of Elder Scrolls, though.
Yeah, I got the platinum in 65 hours.
It's still a good chunk, though.
Yeah, you played 18 hours of this game and then finally decided that you needed a refund when you were told a patch was coming at the end of the month, and we are recording on the 21st of May. You want
no.
to get understand the context of what you're asking here first before you ask for it. Sorry,
Right.
I hate to rant on that one, but
No,
that one
that's fine.
irritated me. Oh, it drove me up a wall. But
No, it's
yeah,
fine. Yeah,
play the game first.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got to play the game. You can say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. I'm not going to take you seriously unless you prove to me you played the game, that you have a trophies or something like that, or on PC that your Steam profile. But yeah, say whatever you want. But your words hold more weight when you actually play the game, because guess what? Her character model makes total sense to the story, and it's beautifully portrayed. I mean, the outfits in there don't help with the somewhat objectifying, but still, it's a fun game. Go play it.
Yeah.
You'll see what we mean. Go check out the trailer. So yeah, it's going to be prettier. It's got some new content. You can actually fight a boss that wasn't in the original game that I thought was going to be a boss. No spoilers. But you come across this character. I mean, dude looks like he's going to be a boss, right? Well, they actually answered our prayers, and he is a boss now. And guess what? Guess what the best part of this is, Bob? The patch is coming to PS5.
Ooh, yes, baby. I've had a reason. I needed an excuse to go back and get the platinum on this. So thank you for
Yeah,
picking shift up.
you have a pro. So I would highly recommend you revisit this on the pro and your new panel. It's going to be a new game to you, because I played it on launch, loved it. Action game of the year, hands down. But I didn't want to go through it again because some of the trophies, and we're trophy hunters. You've seen the description of this episode. We're going to talk all about trophies. But one of the trophies is a new game plus abilities, and you have to go through or so that they separated that. That's on the second list. For the platinum, it's game has multiple endings. Okay, it's near inspired. One of the endings you can't get during your first playthrough. You have to play through the game at least twice. And so I was like, you know what? Pro's coming out. This is probably going to be patched. It was. It's one of the best patched games on the Pro, up there with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It looks and plays incredible. 4K 60 all day.
That and Forspoken.
Yep. Forspoken didn't get a patch. Let's be clear. But it runs way better.
Sorry, it did not get a patch. You're right, but trust me, I went from base PS5 on a bad panel to seeing it on Pro on a high end panel, and it is like just night and day, man. It's like going from 2D to 3D, just mind blowing. So,
yeah, you're getting NVIDIA DLSS4, AMD FSR3, all the acronyms for PC. Just better frame rate. I think they said it can hit like 640 frames a second, which, come on, man. After 120, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. So supports VRR, wide resolution, new boss fights, DualSense compatibility. So yeah, awesome awesome that they're supporting this game. They brought it to PC, and we are getting a patch on PS5. I will probably revisit it, even though I have the platinum 100% list. I will probably revisit it for that boss fight they announced. So, if you want to know the boss I'm talking about and you played the game, go look at the article. It's on the PlayStation blog. And guess what else they announced? Well, they haven't officially announced it, but we found out with their like earnings call or some call, sequels in the works before 2027. It says. So we'll see about that. We'll see about that.
We'll see if it happens, but take your time. That's all I can say. Take your time. You earned your flower. You earned the community's trust. You've earned your flowers. You have the revenue. Do it right. Do not do the cash grab. And I'm confident Shift Up will do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shift Up is PlayStation helped publish this game, so they'll help publish. I think they're actually a second party studio.
That's what I've heard. I haven't checked that, but that's what I've heard. But yeah, I'm confident. We'll see. Just take your time.
Yep. So with the news, we like to have some good news, some positive news, and then maybe a little bit of bad news, and then another positive thing. It's like the positive sandwich, right? We don't want to be all negative. But you want to talk about the news for the Switch, Bob? The Switch 2?
I guess we can talk about this.
I don't really want to either, but people need to. They really need to know this.
Yeah, people need to know, and I gotta. It's not something I want to talk about. It's not pretty, but we have to, and that's how we grow is when we talk about these things.
Exactly.
I guess you want to start it, or you want me to lead this for you, man?
I'll do it. I'm getting a Switch 2. It's pre-ordered. I am honestly debating a little bit whether I want to support this model. Nintendo basically released their EULA. EULA is EULA, End User License Agreement for the hardware. You're not really buying the Switch 2, Bob. You're buying a license to play the Switch 2. And if you attempt to repair it or anything, I'm huge on right to repair. I think if you own your shit, you should repair it. Apple is notorious for hindering this, but not restricting it or not penalizing anyone for doing it. But they make it really fucking hard to put together your shit when you take it apart. I'm an Apple certified support specialist. Basically, I worked on hardware. I'm very, very versed in this. Macs were ways you replace the battery, you can replace the RAM. Anyway, on the Switch 2, something goes wrong, right? And you crack it open, you replace something. When that Switch calls home and it doesn't have a premium part in it, they're going to brick it. And they can do this, and they're going to brick it if you run pirated software. That I get. Totally understand. Buy your games or not, I don't care. I buy my games. I don't care what you do. But Nintendo's going to firmware brick your device. And you're like, oh, that's illegal. You bought the system. Well, you didn't, because when you accept those terms and conditions, you bought a license to play the system, and they are going to revoke that license. This is bullshit.
Yeah, so this stinks to high heaven of BS. First and foremost, I am not defending Nintendo authoritarian style in this regard. But I will say, one, an end user license agreement, a company puts whatever they want in there, and they can put whatever the hell they want in there. One thing to keep in mind that's important.
Oh, you can't sue them either. That's in the end user license agreement.
And that's where you need to keep in mind is if you use the end user license agreement, and let's say your Switch overheats and burns down your house, you very much can take Nintendo to court for manufacturing a faulty device. What they will do on the defense side is they're going to say, well, you signed the end user license agreement, and they have to now decide whether they want to take the bad press on that or whether they want to roll the dice, because EULAs are not legally binding. So a lot of time they don't always necessarily get held up in court. Think about that. What was that lady that, or I think it was a lady. I'm trying to remember. My memory's a little fuzzy on this. Who went to Disney, one of the Disney resorts, insisted that they were severely allergic to peanuts. The restaurant insisted there was no peanuts in the product. Guess what? There were peanuts in the product. That person hadn't had literally an allergic reaction that died there. Disney's lawyers decided, oh, well, you had a Disney Plus subscription, and in the end user license agreement, you're not allowed to sue us. Not only did it not hold up in court because that's not how life works, two, it gave them a lot of bad press. So Nintendo's got to think about that heavily. They can put whatever they want in there, but they have to think about if they choose to enforce it. And I think that's really what they're doing with the hardware. Like if you don't use a certified part, they have to decide if they're going to choose to, because and this is the important thing to mind, and this is where I understand where Nintendo's coming from. I think about the R4 cards back in the Nintendo DS days. Did you ever have one of those?
I actually still have one, the M4. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so they were M4, but they were originally R4.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo lost a substantial, a very substantial amount of money. It was estimated in revenue. Don't I would have to go look again, but I believe the numbers I last heard was upwards of $10 million. In that
Let me
regard.
be clear on this. The only games I have downloaded are the ones I physically own, because that's just how I roll, and I'm letting you know.
Yeah, I get you.
I just want them digital.
Yeah, I totally understand. But Nintendo has been burned by this before, so I understand why they might want to do this. And then last thing I'll say about this is if they want to remotely brick it, you know who else has remotely bricked devices in the past?
Apple.
No. In the video games industry, my friend.
Oh, Xbox?
Bingo.
PlayStation. Yeah, Xbox.
Xbox. They bricked a shitload, and I'm talking a shitload of 360s back in the day because
Intentionally?
yes, because they were all part of the Xbox Underground. I'll let you go look at that.
Oh, yeah, that's
story on
right.
the Xbox Underground. They were using Xbox hardware to pirate, and they accessed the back door. They were playing copies of Halo before they were being built. So I don't blame Nintendo. I think they overstretched themselves in some regard here and what they think they can get away with. But at the same time, I kind of don't. I don't necessarily. I empathize. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, I hear you, and it's a good contrast, and different opinions. Totally fine. We're just having a conversation on it.
Yeah.
To be clear, the only reason I think it's shitty to do this is if you were to fix your Nintendo Switch with a third party part. The other reasons, like pirating and I don't know, doing all the other shit, I don't know, bricking is pretty intense. But yeah, don't just buy the games, right? But man, if your Switch breaks and you gotta, like, let's say you have your $500 Switch, it breaks, you have to replace a part, crack it open. You're very versatile with opening up technology. You crack it open and you trigger something, and then it gets bricked, and you had no ill intent whatsoever. You've bought 50 games and supported them, and then they brick your Switch. Man, that's messed up. We're not going to spend too much time on this. It's pretty negative. We're just going to go to the next negative thing on the list for news.
Oh, this one hurts.
I know. I don't understand it from a technology standpoint. VRR is only available in handheld mode on Switch 2. VRR is variable refresh rate. Basically, it sends a signal to the TV. The TV processes the frames, and I don't. If you've ever experienced screen tearing, it's when a frame drops or the frames are inconsistent with the signal and they're not matched up, and it'll look like there's a tear in the screen. This helps with that, and it also gives you a dynamic frame rate when you're playing. Let's say you're in a menu and you don't need as many frames, it's going to drop the frame rate. Or if you're in a high octane action scene, it's going to increase the frame rate, and it's dynamic. And VRR helps sync basically the signal that comes to the TV and what the TV displays. So, and all the processing is on the panel side. Like the TV's doing all the processing. So VRR isn't available docked, right? PlayStation 5 has VRR. Xbox Series X has VRR. A lot of TVs support VRR over 2021, the year 2021 above. I don't understand this. VRR should be, I mean, if they said VRR is only available docked, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense, right? But the processing is on the panel. The only reason I think they're doing this is because they don't want to work with panel manufacturers to help, I don't know, make their console compatible with VRR, because you got Samsung, you got Sony, you got Vizio, you got all these LG. I don't know why they did this. It doesn't make sense to me from a technological standpoint. What are your thoughts?
So the only thing it sucks, but the only thing I could think of, and this is just me trying to stretch my mind here, and I don't know enough about VRR. Is You're an IT guy, you know how this goes. Is when
Mhm.
you develop a product, if it's accepted by the industry, it's going to receive what's called a standard. Um, but that takes the licensing and the power, the ability to make money out of the person that developed the technology initially. And VRR is still relatively new, so I wonder if there's some kind of additional licensing fee that
Mm.
Nintendo's trying to avoid paying for having VRR in docked mode. They have it on the Switch, so I'm not saying this is the case, and I totally understand that. But that's the only thing I could think of, is because that's what these corporations ultimately. I hate to be so nihilistic about it, but that's what they're all about. Is they're about money.
Yeah, of course. Uh, yeah, that would make sense, I guess. But I wonder who manufactures the display in the Switch 2.
I
We don't
that
know,
that I don't know. I could
right?
look, but yeah, if, I mean, if you can't open the product, who the hell
Right.
thinks Nintendo's going to tell you who makes it?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. And then we
I
were thinking about, like, if it's a speed issue, right? If it's going over USB-C, it's USB-C 3.2. You're getting 40 gigabits a second. And the HDMI to get VRR 4K 60, the HDMI has to be 2.1, and there's a 2.1 cable in the box. Now, if a lot of LG TVs, they'll uh, bog down their ports, they'll throttle them to 40 gigs a second, 40 gigabits a second, and you don't need the whole 48. And USB C 3.2 can do 40. Your LG panel's going to pull 40. I don't think it's a bottleneck. It might be a licensing thing. You might be onto something. So,
See. I think sometimes.
no, I like different perspectives, and I like, that's I love debates and conversations, and that's why we started the podcast, is you talk about stuff even if you disagree. Uh yeah. So let's see. More bad news, but not on Nintendo. PlayStation, unfortunately, they're ending the PlayStation Rewards program. They're ending a little all your collectibles, all your digital currency, your coins that you could like buy a legit PlayStation Store money. They're just ending it. They're like, it's I don't know what reason. I'm not gonna speculate, but they're just ending it. So no more PlayStation Stars.
What blows my mind is you and I and like a small group of individuals that I know in my life even know what the heck I say when I say PlayStation Stars. That's really sad, man. I'm so sad to see it go. It's where I got. I haven't I haven't played it yet, but that's where I got Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, what for free, because I'd been a loyal customer and I'd saved up my points. It's like it always reminds me of the old Marlboro Miles, if anybody knows what I'm talking about from back in the day.
Yeah, nice. I guess, yeah, you make a good point. If you don't know what PlayStation Stars is, little program that links with your PSN. They have little activities or challenges that require you to launch a specific game, or uh, launch a specific service, and you get points, and you can apply those points to real purchases or more collectibles. And then you get actual digital collectibles that you can display for everyone in your little showcase. And then you get a nice little level. And that level, actually, if you're a higher level, you get enhanced priority support for PlayStation. And this actually helped me when I replaced my DualSense. I skipped the line because I'm level 4, because I game a lot and I play a lot of games. But yeah, man, it was kind of like a little cherry on the top that they're taking away. They've had some issues with it. It's been up and down, and it was down for like 3 weeks at one point. But I got some cool collectibles on there. I wonder if they're gonna like let us collect our collectible or keep our collectibles. Probably not. Those are probably just gone forever.
No, probably gone. Makes me sad. But hey, you know what? Glad to see I'm at the same level as you. By the way, I had to
Oh
just
yeah.
go check. I'm level 4 as well.
Yep.
Man, it's like Nintendo taking away their rewards program. It makes me sad. I don't know the reasoning, but it makes me, like I said, I'm a little sadder now because you took the cherry off of my Sunday.
Yeah. Exactly. Uh, it's shitty. I earned a Buster Sword for launching Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and that just goes away. It sucks. I mean, of course, it's not usable in any game. It's just like a little model. and they're essentially NFTs. Well, they're not really unique, but yeah, it just sucks. They're all going away. Oh, let's see. That's enough of negative news. Let's get into some positive stuff. What do you say?
Well, I say, yeah, let's get this positive train going, man.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so Nintendo Home app, we told you about that. They have really cool videos, and I wanted to highlight one because I think this is a really cool feature on the Nintendo Switch 2. You can ping your Joy-Con from the system. You can give it a little ping.
I say I was wondering because I hadn't heard about this news, and I saw it in the notes, our document here. I was like, "What?"
Mhm,
So you can ping it like it's your AirPod case, for
mhm.
example, which is amazing for those of you that have object permanence out there. I have object permanence for the record. I have it badly, badly. I totally understand, but with the very few items in my life that I always know where they are. I know where my cell phone is at almost any given time. I know where my wallet and keys are, and I know where my damn video game controller is. But I all have kids who are older now. I remember when I had toddlers and they lose things so quick. You turn around and it's gone. You're like, "What'd you do with it?" And they're gonna be, "I don't know." So this is really cool, man. I love this feature. This is the kind of stuff that we. These are the nice touches we need coming out of a game manufacturer.
Yeah, it's an awesome quality of life thing. I've never really had that problem. My controllers they have a place, and I use them, then I put them back in the place. But for those of you that have ever lost your Joy-Con, you can ping it from the system. Now, I guess how are you going to navigate the system? If you lost one Joy-Con, you can navigate the system with the other and ping the other. In the video, the Joy-Cons just behind. And the Joy-Con, if no one knows what I'm talking about, they're the controllers that slide on the Switch 1, but now magnetically attach on the Switch 2 that enable you to control the device. But in the video, they pinged the Joy-Con and it was behind a pillow. So yeah, that's really cool. It's cool. It's a cool quality of life thing. The other good piece of news, we'll wrap it up, is Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga is coming to PlayStation 5. I'm still debating if I'm gonna get this because loved the first one, but I don't know. I don't know, but it's cool that PlayStation 5 is getting it, and it says it's an enhanced version. So real crazy, man. These Xbox exclusive titles are actually Xbox launch exclusive of the. Sorry, we on the video. I forgot I had reactions. I have a Mac and I have reactions, and when I did the quotes, like balloons start flying up. Oh, that's gonna be fun for the video podcast when we eventually do it. Heck yeah, I think I can do fireworks too. No one knows, what this is until it's on video, but that kind of caught me off guard. But yeah, I loved Senua's Sacrifice. Really cool game. It kind of touches on schizophrenia, and you got to play it with headphones. And it was recorded with 3D audio, and the microphone was shaped as an ear. So it actually, if you put headphones on and play it, sounds like there are voices in your head. I haven't played Senua's Saga, the sequel, but I assume that it's the same. So I recommend these games. And we're getting Senua's Saga on PS5, the better version. It seems like.
Yeah, I don't know. Jury's still out on me. I'm leaning towards a no, though. Just if I pick up this game, honestly, folks, it's going to be on a sale because I've already heard it's coming out. $50 is what I've heard is the retail price for it. And this is a short game. Short game. It is a very, very good visually stunning game, from my understanding. And I say this from my understanding because I haven't played it, because I don't own an Xbox. But from everything I've heard and I've seen out of the press releases and stuff, I don't think there's enough meat on the bones and sustenance to really get me to where I want to be. If I want to play, I mean, I think visually it's amazing, but I could think of many other visually stunning games that have, quite frankly, more action. And if I want to play that game, go look at Resident Evil 2 remake. It's not necessarily as visually stunning, but it is beautiful. The action is well done. Oh, and by the way, you get to still get that same audio appeal. When Mr. X is stomping around, you can hear out of one ear and this ear and that ear. It's amazing. So, but definitely, I'm happy to see we're getting more of these games coming over because at this point, I'm just waiting on one, man. I'm just waiting on one game.
Oh yeah. In the next month or so.
No.
Or what?
I'm
Waiting on
waiting.
one game.
I'm waiting for Master Chief to come over.
Oh yeah. When it comes to Xbox, yeah, we got the potatoes and the veggies, Forza and Gears of War. Wait for that meat, Halo.
Oh
It's
yeah.
coming. It's coming. It might even be an announcement at Summer Game Fest, which may or may not be on my predictions, which will be next episode. Spoiler.
I will scream like a girl if that happens.
I think we'll either see it. It would be cool to release in the summer, just do a shadow drop, or maybe even a I don't know, 3-month runway for it. But they're probably going to drip feed it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it for Gears. I'm okay with it for Halo. Give them the limelight. Give each title its own release. I'm cool with it. I'll pay for it. I don't care. Love both those IPs, and I mean, dude, Halo. Like you said, when you see Halo on a PS5 box, holy shit! That's when you know. It's over. It's over.
Over.
Yeah. So I love that Xbox is doing this. Share the love. PlayStation, do it too. Share the love. Maybe not on launch like Xbox is doing. Give us the launch title, work out everything, and yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of those games probably won't even play on the Xbox. They rely heavily on the DualSense Edge. When it comes to prettiest games, what's the prettiest game you've ever played? I'm putting you on the spotlight here.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could say I've got a couple on the top of my head right now.
Yeah.
One of them definitely has got to be visually. Visually, I think Forspoken is probably one of the prettiest games that I've seen, at least on its PS5 Pro with the proper paneling. Just what you get out of there and the effects that you get, I think is amazing. But quite frankly, the number one, as much as I wasn't as hot on it at the time, I still think it's an amazingly beautiful game, and that's Horizon Forbidden West.
That's mine.
Easily.
Yep.
Everything else is an 8, but that's a 10 out of 10 in that department. I'm telling you right now.
Yep. Horizon Forbidden West is mine. It's the prettiest game I've ever played. Last of Us Part 2 is up there, though, too. And Claire Obscure, actually, it's Unreal Engine 5. Not optimized, I'd say, but man, it is pretty, but not optimized. AA, I can totally look past that with what they did and the way it plays, though. But yeah, Horizon Forbidden West. So yeah, that was the news. What do you say we get into the main topic, which is all about trophies this episode?
Yes, sir.
So this episode's all about trophies. It's why we trophy hunt, what we do, our process. We're just going to go quickly into it, I guess. Why the hell we care about these trophies? Let's see. Let's define trophies, right? What are trophies? Most people listening to this podcast know what trophies are, but they're just little mini challenges for each game. Each game has a list, sometimes multiple lists when it comes to your Vampire Survivors, that sometimes it revolves around the story. Sometimes it revolves around collectibles. Sometimes it revolves around 100%ing the entire game. So when you pop in a game, you play it, you finish the story, you're like, okay, cool. I really like that game. How can I get more out of it? Well, guess what? Dive into the trophy list, see what's there. And if you get all the trophies, you get a platinum. And this platinum trophy is the crown jewel of all the trophies. Every game, most games have it. And this trophy list, is linked with your PSN for all to see. And it kind of has a place where you can see all the games you've played and all the achievements and all the things you've done. I was talking about the Nintendo stuff, like, I don't know, Metroid Prime Remastered. I played that game front to back, normal and hard mode. No one knows. No one knows I did that. I mean, I don't care. Like, I know I did that, but it doesn't really go towards anything overarching. to my whole game experience. That's why I like trophies. Is it's kind of like it's building, like each game, each platinum, each trophy is building towards something, your level or your list or your percentage factor. And sometimes we get a little crazy with it, don't we, Bob?
Maybe. And they do get a little wild out there. Yeah, you put it best. It's a way to guide your process of it scratches that little bit of that back of your brain that makes you go, "Ooh, that felt good." That little dopamine hit when you hear that ding. It may sound familiar if you're paying attention to the opening. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the opening has a trophy pop. It's when you get a trophy. I have it as my text tone. I just love trophies. I love the metagame. I love the extra little challenge. You know, when I play a game, I finish it, I roll the credits, and I'm like, I love that game and I want to play more. Let's open up the trophies and check it out. That's one thing I don't do. I won't look at the trophy list before I play the game, right? I'll look at three things before I play a game, right? Uh, and one, I don't play the game based on the trophies. I don't platinum poach. I call it platinum poach because there are games on PSN that are $1 and you literally hit X, I don't know, 100 times and it pops a platinum. And you know these games. You can see what games these are because every trophy has a percentage. And if you see a platinum out there with a 99%, it's a platinum poaching game. I have 0 of these, Bob. 0.
I have one, and it wasn't that I was going for a platinum poaching game. Let me hear me out, okay? There is a certain aesthetic style of games that I like to muck around with. These are your idle clicker games. Think like Cookie Clicker, things of that nature, right? Great. I discovered them on mobile. There is one of my all-time favorites, and somebody's going to be like, "I know what you're talking about." Is Adventure Capitalist. Um,
Huh.
it didn't have a platinum trophy. It took me a long time. I finally got all the trophies. It gave me a little cool, like, big number go burr, keeps climbing up, and I felt good about myself. I was like, well, I wonder if there's something similar. And PlayStation provides recommendations based on the games you played. And at the time, I saw this other, I don't even remember the name of it. Somebody will know it, and I know it if I could look at my profile. And I was like, oh, this is the exact same thing. You do this for a little bit, and then you'll get a reward, and you can reset and then grow and grow and grow. And it makes you feel good inside. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Little did I know, because I didn't do my due diligence. It took me like an hour, and I popped a platinum, and I feel bad for it, but there's no going back. So I accept it. And now I'm more diligent about that kind of stuff in the future.
Now let me be clear. If you did this, all good. I don't care. You do you. The little listeners out there. If you have easy platinums, whatever. I don't care. It's just not my thing. You didn't intentionally go into that looking for the platinum to boost your number, though, right?
God, no. There was one
Yeah, yeah.
game. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good. Yeah, all good. And if you do this out there, your listeners, whatever, it's your prerogative. I don't give a shit what you do. Just not my thing, right? And the cool thing about trophies is they all have rarities and percentages. The rarity for the percentage of people that got them. So this actually is a hook in data to see how many people finish the game, right? Let's I don't know, Claire Obscure, right? You go to the gold trophy that you get for beating the game, and that percentage reflects on who has beaten the game that has played it. To get in this pool of data, you have to launch the game, right? So when you launch the game and you don't finish it, you don't get the gold. You're not in that percentage, right? I think I don't know. It's probably low. Most of the games out there, 30% beat them, especially if they're long and they're tough. And Claire can get tough at sometimes, but it's kind of a cool analytic to see like who's playing this game, how many people have beat it, how many people have gotten the platinum. I have some pretty rare platinums, and so do you.
Yeah, absolutely. And if to be clear, if you do the platinum hunt, I understand it. I remember the Xbox achievement score race, the first to 1,000,000 points. I totally understand, and do not fault you for it. But it is not what I go for. I go for platinums. If I go for a platinum, it's on a game that I absolutely loved. and have to go through, right? Metaphor Refantasio is the most recent one that I can think of that I had to just do it, even though it required me to basically do 2 full playthroughs. I loved the game so much that I was like, I'm gonna go for the platinum anyways, right? I'm already here. Um, so I will say that, but it gives you a good metric to show when somebody says and they speak about a game out there and they say, well, no, I really didn't like it, and got the first they didn't even get the first trophy. I'm like, well, you how much did you play? It's the Steam reviews of, oh, do not recommend this game, played 30 minutes. Okay, well, give me more to that. I need more context, because if you just played 30 minutes, do not recommend, this game sucks, I need more. I need you to talk to me. What about it didn't speak to you? Because if I was a developer and I looked at and I played a game and you gave me that review, I would be reaching out and I would say, okay, let's talk about this. What did you not like? Was it the art style? Was it something in the game specifically that triggered you? Because we know that can happen. We all that you just come across a film, a book, or something. This is too close to home. I got to exit the freeway. I will never fault you for that. But if you do that and then don't engage with the community and provide more, you're not helping anybody. You're just acting, quite frankly, and I don't mean to be mean about it, but you're acting like a toddler.
Yeah. Yeah, and your voice is kind of hollow and it holds no weight. Crazy concept, talking shit about a game, not even playing it. Like, it's just like, what? We can see. We can see if you play the game. And a lot of people someone will talk shit about the game and they'll go and they have a public trophy list, right? You can hide this shit, but if you hide it, it's even more sus. And they'll be like, dude, you played 15 minutes. And even the play clock, if you have them as a friend, you have to have them as a friend. But the play clock on PSN, you can see how long someone has played a game. It's a little off, like we talked about in episodes prior. But yeah, with this, you can. I actually use it if I played a game or we're playing a game together, I can gauge what I can talk about spoiler wise with you based on what trophy you have and when you got it. And so, like, yeah. So we're both playing Doom. We're going to talk about it right after this. And like, you were playing before me, and you can look at my trophies, and if you want to talk about something that is after a specific point, you can be like, oh, he's got the trophy for that. It's all good. Let's talk about it. So it's a good gauge of what you can be like, oh, what'd you think of this part? And you don't have to ask him. You don't have to be like, hey, how far in that game are you? Did you X do this and do X or do Y? Just look at the trophy list. And yeah, shout out to PSN Profiles. PSN Profiles compiles all this, gives you even more stats, which are dangerous, dude. It gives you completion stats. It gives you all kinds of stuff. It shows you what time of day you pop trophies the most, which I think is weekday evenings for me and Sundays. But yeah, if you ever were curious, it's free. PSN Profiles is free, and if you want to speed it up, and we're not sponsored by PSN Profiles, by the way. We just love it and use it so much. It's an incredible tool. You can buy like a lifetime membership with no ads and speed up the syncing. It does it like every 30 minutes or something. It's like $10 for a lifetime. It's crazy. Or $13 for a lifetime, 14, something like that. But yeah, PSN Profiles is cool. And I gauge the list to see if I can talk to someone about something. Like, I'm looking at you've been playing games that I've already beat, and I'm looking at your trophies, and I'm like, oh, I can say something, because that's a telltale sign that you hit that point in that game, and you're open to spoilers up to that point. What do you say?
Yeah. No, it's exactly it. There's a couple that I'm still working on, and you can know exactly where I'm at. You don't have to be like, hey, did you get to the point in Last of Us Part 2 where ... You got to play that game, and I think that's what it's really good for that. My thing behind it, and this is just my little mini game, is, you remember back it's a preservation of your achievements of what you've done in a game. I think back to the N64 days, where you had memory cards, and I 100%ed GoldenEye. The problem, I'm talking 100%ed and did everything in that game. The problem is, you will never, ever, ever know that, because who knows where the hell my memory card went. But now on PlayStation and with PSN Profiles, it's there. I can tell you I got the platinum on Civilization 6 and tell you I did everything I could in that game. and I have proof for at least as long as the system's in place that it's still there.
Yeah. Are you talking about GoldenEye on 64?
Oh yeah.
Saves to the cartridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. It's saved to the
I
cartridge.
wanted to shield you from any correction write-ins.
Yeah, yeah. I got
So
distracted. I got to show
you're good.
you if you don't mind. I'm going to show you the distraction that came through
Oh,
here.
okay. Well,
I got a buddy that just swung by the house.
oh, nice. Oh yeah, got a 3D printed Helldivers helmet.
Yeah.
Once we're on video, you'll be able to see it.
Once you're on video, it looks like the stripe down
That's
the
awesome.
top is glow in the dark.
Hell
3D
yeah.
printed. Yeah, shout out to our community member, Chaos Creations. He's part of the Discord. Does some good stuff. But yeah, you're right. Save to the game cart. Like I have my original game cart. I have a
Mhm.
game cart, but not like I have my original. So
Mhm.
this is a good way to track that over your history.
Yep. And it's funny you brought up 3D printing, and we're talking about trophies because shout out to another community member, Crimson7. He printed me and created and professionally painted a platinum trophy. And the platinum trophy glows in the dark. The symbols on it glow in the dark. And it's awesome. It's the best fucking gift I've ever gotten. Maybe I'll take a picture and put it on Discord. But he makes some good shit. So shout out to Crimson7. He's on Discord. He's an incredible creator and maker. And it's a one of a kind piece. I love it. I'll cherish it forever. And it's my only real life platinum I have. I have 160 digital platinums. I think 161 or something like that. But this is my real life platinum. Yeah. So the way I trophy hunt, right? I go in, I look at three factors. I see if there are any missables. I want to know if there's missables. Okay. I really want to know. And if there is, I'm like, man, I'll still play, but I'll be mindful of those missables. And two, if there's a trophy associated with difficulty, right? And three, if there are any glitched trophies. So glitch trophies. There's actually apparently there's one in Doom, but I haven't seen anyone encounter it yet. But those are the three things I want to know. I look at that, and that's it. I go into the game somewhat blind, meaning I've seen marketing and stuff. Sometimes I go dark, completely dark. I'll see a teaser trailer. I won't look at anything. A Death Stranding 2, Kojima said he's working on another trailer. I'm not gonna fucking watch it. I already
You
got
give me
yeah.
enough. I'm good. I'm good.
Exactly. But yeah, I'll go in the game dark. I'll play the game blindly. Even the collectible trophies, even if there's missables, man, if there's missables, I'll be like, you know what? It looks like I'm playing this game again. And then I'll probably put time in between playing the game again, like Stellar Blade. Like, I think it was like a year. Played it on PS5, went back to the Pro, played it again. If there's back to back playthroughs that are needed, usually I won't really hunt that platinum. It's kind of like Rebirth. I don't have the platinum. It's my game of the year, one of my favorite games of all time. But there's a trophy in that game to where you have to play the entire game again on hard. Same with Final Fantasy 16. I said, I don't want to play this game back to back. I put 175 fucking hours into Rebirth. I'm not going to play it again. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait for the Pro. It's going to get a patch. And I'll probably give it like 2 or 3 years to breathe. And then 2 years before the next R-Make comes out, and then I'll play it. And I can't wait. I'm very excited. But I heard there's really tough trophies in there.
Yeah, that you're absolutely. Those are the three things that I look for as well when I'm looking at the
Yeah.
trophy list. I tend to just ignore it, because if I like the game enough, I'll work it. If not, it is what it is, right? But the other thing I look at is typically it's not the most accurate, but I look at the time to complete numbers, because if a game takes to finish and a golden path is 40 hours, but then it says completion is 220. There's a better than good odds that I'm not going for the platinum, because the problem I have when I'm looking at and I want to talk about games afterwards, and we enjoy doing this, enjoying beer or talking with my friends. If I play a game for 3 times longer to get a platinum trophy than what it took to actually beat the game, there's a chance that's going to impact my opinion and sour my thoughts on the game. I try my best to separate, but that doesn't always happen. And I do not want to do that, because I think that's not it doesn't serve quality to the game itself. I want to give the developer their flowers. If they choose to put a platinum trophy that's in there, that's for those that just are got a loose cannon and that's what they want to do. Congratulations, but I'm not going to use that as a metric to weigh the how I feel about your game. And that's where I play this little bit of it's a fine line, like you said.
Yeah, we'll play the game regardless of the trophies, but then we'll kind of either, I don't know, just check out on the platinum and be like, you know what, I'm just going to play this game, not intending to platinum. If I get here and I want to play another 100, dude, Tales games are notorious for this. I've played many Tales games, and some of those to beat the game is like 80 hours. With the platinum, you're looking at 300 hours. If I see 300 hours to platinum, I'm like, oh no, I'm not playing this game. Like you said, we still play the game regardless, but we kind of, we let go of that platinum, right? And especially if it's hard, I'll look at the difficulty of the trophies too. I have some real fucking difficult platinums, and I like to call them my white whales, because going into the game, I look at the difficulty, I'm like, oh shit, 8 or 9 out of 10, I'm probably not getting this platinum, and I just let it go. But then I play it, love it, and I'm like, oh, I really want it, and I do it. Sometimes I'll put the game down for years. I recently did that with Cuphead. I have the Cuphead Platinum. It's one of the hardest. Dude, Cuphead is so hard. You have to S rank everything, play on expert. You have to, oh my God, you have to do the, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but you have to fight this specific boss, and you can't die at all. It's crazy. And this boss is like a string of bosses. So yeah, but that's, look at those stats, play the game. And I'm never looking at a guide. Never looking at a guide until, and this is my rule, until I roll credits. If I beat the game and I see the credits and I've fully seen everything the story has to offer, I'm going to open up a guide. And I don't like opening up guides, but I will for Claire, right? I got, dude, 98% of the shit and bulk of the trophies. And I maybe looked up a handful of stuff, and that's it. I didn't want to, but man, some of the stuff you're gonna look it up.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my rule. You got to roll credits, and it's just a rule for me. I don't care what anyone else does. Your prerogative. Do whatever you want. I've seen people go through the game using the guide for all the collectibles. All good, whatever. You do you. I just have like a little rule on myself that I got to beat this game before I look anything up. So, yeah.
If I may,
sure.
I will say there is a piece to say using a guide, and it depends. You've got to know your games and what you're going into. So do not use this as do what you want, right? But this is not. It's not my rule of thumb. But most recently, I know I keep using it, but unfortunately, it's the best example for everything we're talking about is metaphor. There was an amazing guide out there that was spoiler free, but helped you figure out everything that needed to be done in order to get all of the trophies as efficiently as possible. It would, and now it didn't tell you any story. It would just be, say, anybody that hasn't played a Metaphor or a Persona like game, it's based on a calendar system. So you only have so many different things you can do in a day, and the time will pass. If you miss a certain target date for certain things, you'll lock yourself out. And when you're playing a 120-hour JRPG with different branching paths, there is a way to figure it out. That's what they did. So it's day X, go talk to this person, go grab this item, go do this dungeon. And that was it. It didn't tell you anything else. It just gave you a checklist that says, do this on this day at this time. And that's all it told you. And I'm telling you, it made the game so much more digestible, because I played Persona 5. I'm not getting the platinum because I can't sweat. I can't. I can only do so many playthroughs of that game.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I haven't played Metaphor. It's on my list. I don't like the timed stuff with the game, but I don't know. Trophies just and first off, we got to give a shout out to Xbox, because they created this. In 2008, they came out with achievements, and PlayStation straight up copied them, made it better in my opinion in 2009. Xbox doesn't have platinums. So Xbox has just points, and PlayStation has the actual platinum. And the cool thing about PlayStation is if you get the platinum in the game and then DLC comes out later, They usually separate the lists. So you still have that platinum, but you have a lower percentage on your list. With Xbox, you lose that 1,000 out of 1,000 gamer score, and then you haven't completed it yet until you complete the DLC. So I do like that platinum aspect, but we do have to give credit where it's due. Xbox came up with this with achievements. Or maybe Steam. Was Steam first, or I think it was Xbox.
Ooh, that is a
We'll
great
fact check.
question. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
because
look
Steam
that
has
up.
achievements too. The how I got introduced to these rewards in game was Xbox achievements. I fell in love with it. I was like, holy shit! Because like you said, dude, I was devastated when I fired up my GameCube and I put in the white memory card, the one that holds a shitload of games. It got corrupted. And I'm telling you, man, thousands of gameplay hours. Super Mario, Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, or not Galaxy, that's on the Wii. Dude, all the Resident Evils on GameCube, Metroid Prime, all my Zeldas, every single first party title you can think of, I probably played. All that history, all that data, fucking gone. And that's the thing. You can get your saves. I don't know. You can lose a save on PlayStation. Your trophy list is still there. It's in a place. It's in the cloud. It's backed up. It's linked to your PSN. So I kind of like that aspect. I lost a lot of saves like on GameCube. It was probably a decade of my life of gaming just erased. I
Yep.
still hold the memories, right? I still have the games, but the save data is where it's at. I can't like launch a game and start off from where I was. Man, that sucked. That game or that memory card probably had 50 games on it, game saves. And we're talking like big ones, like Twilight Princess, Metroid Prime.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
sucked.
would that would be just heartbreaking. By the way, according to what I'm quick precursory, it looks like Xbox beat Steam by like 2 years. So
Gotcha.
they launched theirs in 2005. Steam came along in 2007. But you're right, and I the more I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense because Xbox didn't call them. They were achievements, but the points you got went towards what your gamer score, and that just screams, please
Mm-hmm.
level me up. My gamer score is bigger than yours. Sorry.
Right.
Ooh, I got a better gamer score than you.
Look at my gamer score. It's so high. I like to... I have a gamer score. I think yours is higher, but we all hunted achievements on Xbox. Yeah, the gamer score was a thing. I was primary Xbox 360. Always had a PlayStation. Let's be honest, the early years of the PlayStation 3 didn't go very well, did they?
No, that stumbled out the gate. And then Xbox did in turn, and somehow they've never recovered. That's the difference,
Yep.
and why I'm still where I'm at today. Because if Xbox had produced the Xbox One that was better than the PS4 and competed in price and had the games and stuff, like if they had more to it, there's a chance I'd still be on Xbox hunting for a gamer score and be doing about an Xbox, talking about Xbox more than PlayStation on a podcast. But that's the way life is.
Yeah. I had always been drawn to PlayStation for their first party titles and the way games ran. They've always been the technologically superior system. But yeah, Xbox fucked up in 2013. If you guys want to know when Xbox like started dying, it was 2013. If you get the chance, go look up Sony PlayStation PS4 conference 2013. They just wiped the floor with them. That's where the little 20-second ad for "This is how you share your games" came from. Yeah, Xbox shit the bed, and now they're paying for it, man. They're becoming a third party publisher, pretty much. Yeah, they're still first party, but if you're only first party if you have your own console. So I don't know how long that console is going to last. I don't know how long they're going to make consoles. Rumors are the next console is going to be Steam integrated. So at that point, they're just manufacturing little PCs. So we'll see.
This is my crazy theory. I think what's going on and why this is because of Microsoft's CEO. For the Xbox is owned by Microsoft. For if you don't know that, right? Um,
What?
Satya Nadella. I once read, and I did have to go look for it. He was doing an interview, and from the IT perspective, Microsoft sold Windows. They've helped with, that's what they've done, right? And the way he's seen it is Microsoft's always been a software based company, and I think Xbox is being forced to go down that path. You look at Microsoft 365 as a subscription service. Yeah, you have you get Word and you get Excel, but guess what? You're paying Daddy Microsoft money every month for it to get those services. Guess what you're doing with Xbox? You're pretty much doing the same thing to get access to the games. They're selling you, there's an option to sell a console, just like Microsoft has always given you the option to buy a Surface. The question is, how much do they actually support it? How much do they really believe in the product? The software is key. Sadia has been known to be behind that as his push, and I'm not saying in a good way or a bad way. This is all the way you want to take it in your opinions, but I'm just telling you these are the facts. This is the way this man operates the company, and fortunately or unfortunately, that's the way I think Xbox being forced. I think that's why we also see Phil Spencer talking twice out his mouth sometimes, because he's, just sometimes you got to answer to the bigger boss, and that's what happens.
Yeah. Phil's a cool guy. I met him. He's cool. He's actually a gamer. I mean, I had like a 15-minute interaction with him, but still, I don't know the guy personally. From what I've heard, what I've seen, what I've personally experienced, he really does care about games. And yeah, his hands are kind of tied. So this is a whole nother podcast topic. But yeah, shout out to Xbox creating those achievements. You gave us trophies. We love trophies. I love the metagame. And yeah, you can see my list of trophies, PSN profiles /NeoCharge. The link is in my bio of Discord. Same with you. You can see the trophies. Now, if you go on PSN profiles, guess what? Trophies aren't hidden there. So if you're digging through the lists, you're gonna get shit spoiled for you if you're not careful. So if you're a friend on PSN, they hide them. So yeah, there's secret trophies. It's cool they do that. So to reduce spoilers, especially some trophies has some spoilerific names with them, and if you're not careful, you can spoil that for you. But yeah, what do you think about trophies? Tell us. Write in. Let us know. Go on Discord. Share your PSN profile. We love trophies and we love talking about them. So, and we've been talking about trophies a while. We will continue talking about trophies because we are both trophy hunters. I know you don't want to think of yourself as one, Bob, but you're a fucking trophy hunter and you got to embrace that shit.
I guess I
You
don't
are.
want to, but at the same time, there's something about that pop sound that just satisfies me.
Exactly.
There's some
Keep it out.
trophies I will not go for the platinum on, especially if it's RNG involved. But definitely let us know because I love that stuff. I love the data. I want to
Mhm.
see that you didn't get a trophy. I want to see the platinum trophy that's like 0.03% of players ever achieved, because that's something to speak of. That's a pat on the back. That's a free beer. That's a whatever it is, right? For my military members or ex-military members out there, that's when you used to play the game about coins. Where, hey, I've got a coin from this person, and then the next person goes, guess what? I've got a coin from this person, and they held a higher rank. It does it actually mean anything in the grand scheme of things? No, but it's a great conversational piece. So go get those trophies.
Yep. Keep trophy hunting and keep talking about them. And that's why we wanted to talk about trophies. What do you say, Bob? We get into what we're playing because we are both playing the same game. And
Yes, sir.
yes, I'll start because I want to roll the red carpet out for you, right? Because you are more. I think you're a little more passionate about this game. I'm super passionate about this game. I love Doom. By the way, Doom: The Dark Ages came out 2 weeks ago, I think, or a week ago, or something. Man, I lose track of time. But I'm a huge fan of Doom. I'd say you're a bigger fan of Doom, though. So I will tell you my thoughts first. First off, this game is developed by id Software. They are a arm of Bethesda. Bethesda publishes it along with Microsoft. I am playing on the PS5 Pro. I have no idea what mode I'm playing in because from what I saw, you can't choose a mode, right? Okay, I'm not crazy, but you can't choose performance or anything. It runs at a blistery, beautiful, pretty sure close to 4K 60. I know it's 60
Oh
or
yeah,
higher. Yeah.
I'll double check, but the
Yeah.
last time I checked, it was
Yeah.
that.
of course, not native 4K. Nothing is, but it's up-res 4K. And it's basically a high octane first person level based shooter that you are the Doom Slayer and you are just fighting demons. This is the third entry in the newest trilogy, but from a IP standpoint, I think it's like 7 or 8. You can fact check that for me because Doom originally came out on the PC, right? I played it. We all played it. Didn't finish it, but it's a classic. It's an icon, right? Doom. Very heavy into the heavy metal, and man, I played Doom 2016. It was just titled Doom, multi-platform, came out. I played it on PS4, and then Doom Eternal was the sequel to that. Fucking incredible. I played that also on the PS4. They had a PS5 port, which was cool, enhanced a lot. And now we're on Doom: The Dark Ages. So Doom 2016 was the sequel to Doom 1, 2, 3, and I believe there was a 4. Fact check
It was
me on that.
canceled. It was canceled.
Oh, gotcha. So there were 3 Dooms, 3 Doom main lines. So Dark Ages is the 6th main line.
So if I'm going to look at the main line, I wouldn't say 6.
Okay.
So this is what's really weird is
Yeah.
there's Doom 1, 2, and 3, but Doom 64 is its own thing as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
technically.
Yeah, Doom 64.
So they're for the record, I'm looking because I can't remember them all. We're
Right.
talking. There's about even including spin-offs, there's about 15 different Doom games out there. But
Yeah.
if you want to go with the core franchise, kind of like with Final Fantasy, there's 16 core games, but there's 70 different games out there.
Yeah.
6 is a good number.
Yeah. Yeah. So Doom originally on the PC broke ground and was revolutionary at the time. And yeah, 26 Doom came out, Doom Eternal. Now we're on Doom Dark Ages. Doom: The Dark Ages goes way back and is a prequel. This was all said in the marketing to Doom 2016 or Doom 1.
Doom
I don't know.
2016.
Yeah, prequel to Doom 2016. I loved Doom 2016. I adored Doom Eternal, and I fucking love Doom: The Dark Ages as well. I don't know where I'm going to rank them because I haven't finished it yet. I am probably about 80% of the way, maybe like 60%. I don't know. But man, I'm loving this game. And I want to talk about the key game experience mainly. And then I think the more I get into it, I'll talk more about the game. I'll kind of give my general thoughts, but I'll talk more about the game and leave it for you. I'll talk more on the next episode. The key game experience. What did I think of it? So when I say key game, this is basically the physical game with the license on the disc and nothing else on the disc. I was so let's be clear. I hate the fact that you don't have the actual game, right? But most games that come out, even if they're on the disc, you have day one patches. You have all the software updates. They get updated for years. And do you really own the base master game? Not really. But on this, it's even more detrimental because it's just a license key. The game isn't even on the disc. However, it makes the starting experience, putting the disc in, so much more convenient. And I think I might be a fan of key games from a convenience consumer standpoint. Again, ownership, big on ownership, not a fan that they're just giving you the license. But so my physical game was delayed. That's why I'm a little behind because you started before me. My physical game from Best Buy, it was supposed to come Thursday. It came Friday, late in the day too. So whatever. That's one bad thing if you get a physical game, right? So I get it. I throw it in and it says copying. And I'm like, well, what are you copying? Because when you put a game in with the data on the disc, it's copying from the disc to the SSD in the PlayStation. I'm like, what are you copying? So I'm like, is it really not? Killed the internet? It stopped copying. And so I was like, oh, it's not copying. It's fucking downloading. So one, I think it should say downloading, but it still says copying. But here's the thing. It's downloading the master file of the game. So day one patch is irrelevant when it comes to key games. You put the disc in, it reads the license, and it goes to get the master file of the game. And here's the thing, Bob, a read speed on a disk is 50 megabits per second. But if you, I mean, internet nowadays, high speed internet is considered 25 megabits a second. I have 300 because I like downloading games faster. It downloads faster. So on a game with the content on the disk, you not only have a lower write speed to the SSD reading from the disk, but it also has to download the day one patch. So we're talking the key game that grabs a master file from the internet is 10 times faster. So I was in this game way faster than I've ever been with a physical game. It didn't need a patch, and it pulls the recent master game file, and it had 5 times faster speed. So I was like, oh, I'm kind of into this. It gets me in the game faster. I don't like the non-ownership of it, but I look at some of my PS4 games, and the game I own, vanilla, is nothing like the game today with all the patches and all the updates. The game will get like 10 updates over its life. And I'm like, do we really own the game even on the disc when there's like patches and you have to get to the internet? So I am not a fan of the non-ownership for key games, but I am a fan of the convenience of it and the speed. I like it. I'm a fan of key games.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. This is my problem with digital only, and this is not me saying if you like digital only systems, I totally understand it. My thing about it is when you pick up the game and I have the physical piece, it goes on the shelf right behind me. If it's part of my pristine, this is my pristine collection of things, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If not, it goes into another shelf and it goes and it sits there. And it's not that I want to hand out the game and say, hey, you want to borrow it? I understand those days are gone. Particularly if you look at some of my PS2 games, it's like I could play the PS2 game, or I can find an updated digital version and do it. What it is it's a conversation starter. It's a mantelpiece. It for us digital nerds, it's the elk on the mantle, right? So at least getting something that shows the Doomslayer on the box and you've got the disc inside. Will it ever actually truly work in another 30 years? Probably not. But it's still a great conversation piece for whenever I talk to somebody later down the line and I say, "Hey, you remember this game?" It, it's just that little show off. It's like a trophy, if you will. Think about
Yeah,
it
you
that
still
way.
have that trophy list, won't you?
Uh-huh.
Still have that trophy list, even if the game doesn't work. Maybe if we're even still here in 30 years, who knows?
And maybe the oceans will finally boil over and I can finally call it quits.
Right. No, I'm still pro physical. Let's be real. I still, even though it's a plastic case with a license key, I still like it because it's that spine. It's that book in my book collection of, oh, you have this game. Cool. And it's a conversation piece, like you said. But convenience wise, it kind of meshes physical and digital when it comes to copying or downloading the game. You have to download 35 gigs. I can do that in like 5 minutes on my speed. With writing the disk, it usually takes about 15 because it's writing to the SSD, reading from the disk. It's way slower. And then you have to download the patch while that's happening. And then you have to install the patch. Sometimes it takes like 20 minutes to get into the game. With this one, 5-7 minutes, I was in the game. So I'm a huge fan convenience wise. And we'll still be getting key games. Even if it's a key game, I'm still getting that spine. Because, dude, just the look of it, like you said, it's like it's your art pieces, right? So yeah, that was my experience with the key game. I'm a fan of it. You got to experience something to know, right? And I'm a big fan of it. I like it. I still don't agree with the non-ownership of it, but what are you going to do? And I'm wondering how these key games for Switch will do because it's with read write speed on a cartridge way faster than a disc. So will it be a lot more of a difference? Who knows? So, and then the older, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, no, you're absolutely right. We'll see. That's why I'm convinced Nintendo went back to cartridge based.
Yeah.
is simply because your read write speeds off a cartridge are always going to outbeat. That's why Nintendo kept cartridges in this, even though they were on the 64, they kept the cartridges because
Yeah.
of the read and write speeds, and particularly loading times, which is a thing of the past now, mostly. But the point is that was their solution for that.
Yeah. And with discs, you're dealing with light reading grooves, right? And with cards, or it's essentially an SSD card, an SD card, you're dealing with contact to contact electrical signals,
Hmm.
kind of like your brain. So reading from a grooved base surface from light from a laser, and then the laser computes that into data, and then the data has to read to the SSD. We're getting real nerdy here. Uh, and even with the spinning based hard drives, then you're still dealing with a spinning platter on there, reading it like a record or writing to it like a record. Man, SSDs have changed the game. Uh, but I'm wondering how much of a difference it'll be with key games on physical cartridge based media. It'll be interesting to see. And then the older games, you got to get physical, right? There's no day one patches for Mario RPG. You know,
Yeah,
there's no day one patch. You get the cartridge and you're like, well, here you go. The whole game. Look at that. Throw it in there. Oh, you don't have to connect to the internet. Oh, you just play it. Man. I mean, I like that. Go ahead.
that's what people forget, and this is why I love digital physical ownership. But this is the advantage behind what we can do with the key cards, if you will. Think back, if you don't know, if you're older like me, and you might know what I'm talking about. If not, the younger generation needs to know when Nintendo, the NES, the SNES, the Genesis, the early days of when video games really started to boom. Because let's be real, they started in the 70s. I'm never going to deny that, right? With Atari. But when you look at what happened, is Super Mario 3, Super Mario Brothers 3 is a good example. There are two different versions of that cartridge out there. Because if you found bugs that absolutely destroyed the game, if somebody came across it, erased a save file, soft lock the game, things that you would see about on a forum now, there is no way to push that patch without reissuing the cartridge. Now those things can be fixed on the fly. Do I think there's a little bit of a crutch issue with developers and using it? Absolutely. But it's better than getting a bad version of the game or getting a cartridge. And now some of those cartridges are really rare, but the point is, it's better than having to go get another version. Or, oh, I have to go to Best Buy because I have to swap out my copy of the game. Well, why? Because this version has a notorious bug in it, right? Whatever that may look like. And I could go on a diatribe. There's been many fixes over the years and solutions for this, but that's the advantage for digital. Even though I got to get a day one patch, at least I get them getting a patch that's got the bugs that's fixed.
Oh yeah, there's multiple main topics for multiple episodes there: digital versus physical, the day one patches, the fact that gold masters now aren't nearly as the same as gold masters back then. Like some devs will ship a pretty much a broken game and then patch it day one, because when you create the gold master and you create the master data file, I mean version 1.0, right? uh it's usually almost like a beta even, and then they continue working on the game because it takes time to manufacture, ship, market, all kinds of shit, right? I think Goldmaster goes live like a month before it's in your hands usually. Like Death Stranding 2 just got gold mastered, a month or two. So yeah, that's a whole nother topic. Well, yeah, I wanted to go into the key game experience, and like I said, I'm just going to touch lightly on Doom. I'm going to roll out the red carpet for you. I want to hear all about what you have to say about it. But yeah, I played Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and this game, platinum both. Played the original Doom, a couple of them on PC. Never finished them. Big fan of them, but the one thing I noticed when I launched this game is no app home screen music. Come on. Claire Obscure has app home screen music. This is the music I'm talking when you hover over the app on PS5 and you get that nice little custom music. Doom doesn't have it. Doom Eternal has it.
You're right. I don't know why there's arbitrary what's decided in this, because my argument would normally be, oh, Xbox versus PlayStation, but both
Yeah.
games are on both platforms, so I don't know what to say outside of just you arbitrarily figure it out there. That's so frustrating, but you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
what
super
else?
small.
Yeah, it's a super small thing.
That's a super small thing. The so I have a pretty intense sound system with two subwoofers in my theater room. Let's the logo screens alone shook my house. Uh, just and then getting in, it's just like the audio balancing. I just had to tweak a few things and really got into it. Once I got in, man, it's just Doom, and it's just everything you loved from Eternal and Doom 2016, in a very medieval, grungy, almost like, I don't know, Castlevania setting. I would say it's got like the medieval, and it's in medieval times. Uh, so, and dude, when they said you were like a fighter jet in Eternal and you're a tank in this one, man, the impact, just when you jump and you land, it literally sounds like a thunderclap, and like this AOE effect goes out and it just kills everything, all the little mobs. It's so satisfying and it sounds incredible. uh yeah, love the setting. I like seeing the sentinels. I'm playing on the DualSense Edge, so that's really cool. And the haptics, the way they use the haptics, it feels like a gun trigger. That's really cool. I have my paddles configured. That's helping a lot. Dude, it's high octane, first person shooting, incredible music. Uh, it's ranks with the current Doom games. I'd say I don't want to give my ranking just yet because I haven't finished it. I fucking loved Eternal. I'm going to tell you that right now. But Dark Ages has given me that itch that I needed with Doom. And if you haven't played any of the Doom games, I'd say start with this one because it's the first one. You're going to go down quality of life probably. 2016 Eternal added a lot to 2016, and then Dark Ages adds a lot. One thing I am greatly missing in this one though is glory kills. What happened to those?
There are some type of glory kills. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. But
Um,
in Eternal, depending on where you approach the enemy, you would have a different animation. But even with that, this game awesome, highly recommended. Love it. Love being the Doomslayer. And I'll give a little bit more thoughts on the next episode. I think I want to give you plenty of time to share your thoughts, and I can't wait to hear them. So take it away.
Thank you. I will tell you. We'll get to the glory kill because I gotta think about that or think for that. Right. I want to start with how do I put this? So when it comes to being, I am a Doom enjoyer. I'm not an uber Doom fan. I've played most of the Dooms. I am one of the people that adamantly defends Doom 3. And for those that don't understand, Doom 3 got a bad rap because it didn't feel like Doom. It felt more like you know what Doom 3 reminded me of a little bit is a little bit of a Dead uh, not Dead Rising. The remaster came out.
What?
Yeah, it's the Resident Evil style stuff, but in space. Um,
Oh, Dead Space.
Dead Space. There it is. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Dead Space. Yep, you got it.
It reminded me a little bit of Dead Space. They went for that more horror aspect than anything else. Okay. I think it's underrated, but it didn't get accepted. I played 2016. I've played Eternal. I did not platinum at the time. I might go back to them at some point, but I definitely played them. I enjoyed what was going on. I actually only found out about 2016 because of the PlayStation Store. I just happened to be going, and I was like, "Wait, there's a new Doom? Huh." I'm kind of curious what this is like. And then it was like, holy crap, they returned to form, right? Um, uh, but I digress. What I'm trying to get at is I'm not the biggest fan in the world, but I've played my fair share of Dooms, and I gotta tell you, this game is just There is something about it that hooked me. You got your game late. I got mine physical. I was excited for it. I changed my pre-order status to in-store pickup. I was
Smart.
I was there as soon as Best Buy opened, because it's right around the corner for me. Came home, installed the game, had the same experience as you, copying for like 60 seconds, and then downloading, and boom, a few minutes later it was ready. Um, for there are only I will say this, there are only certain games, and this is how I judge whether I really love a game or not, is if a game can make me not want to go to work, not want to do the adult stuff. If it's all I think about, that's when I know it's got its hooks in me. There are only the one from last year, and this is why it was my game of the year and why it is game of the year from last year, was Astrobot. For about 48 hours, there was nothing else in the world for me, except for that Astrobot uh, music. I know I butchered it, and somebody's
You
gonna
and
be
me
like,
both.
"Yeah," they're gonna be like, "Don't sing ever again, please." Um, this was Doom: The Dark Ages. I got the platinum and had it finished by, what was it, Sunday night? Sunday night.
Yeah, I think
Sunday
so.
night, I finished the platinum. I played Thursday night, went to bed at a reasonable time. I thought about it all day, started Friday night, played it, started Saturday, got about 3 hours of sleep, woke up Sunday, and I was just full ham into this game, right? What I'm gonna just come out and flat out and say it. This is probably my favorite Doom.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
I appreciate what 2016 and what Eternal go for. I think Doom Eternal Doom: The Dark Ages knows what it wants to be, and it nails it. Absolutely fundamentally understands what it's looking to do, and it makes it good. If you look at the story and you're the Doom guy in the first set of Dooms, right? And I'm not going to get into the story to spoil this, but eventually you become the Doom Slayer. That's where this starts off, is the Slayer. The Slayer has been deployed. That should shake, that drives fear into the enemy. And guess what? When you land, they all go, oh shit. And instead of doing that, you getting that in a story and then playing a game, you feel that every time. When you jump from a ledge and you slam down onto the ground and you hear that thunder, and it just goes, and you watch 20 little minions just eviscerate. It's like, holy crap. There is a real badass just entered the arena. And I say by arena because from a combat standpoint, this is very it's kind of arena based, where you get into certain situations and you get ambushed. Um, but you feel the Spider-Man meme of I get you for 3 minutes, 3 minutes of playtime, kind of a situation. Um, that
Yeah,
shield.
there are
Oh,
kill rooms. There are kill
they are.
rooms.
They absolutely are. You're not. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, and they give you plenty of toys to play with.
so many toys to play with. Um, for the Dark Ages, for those that you may not have seen the trailers, it's involved around a shield. That's the Doom Slayer's big thing this time. 2016, you had the flamethrower and the hook shot and all of that good stuff. I don't want to go too much into the mechanics because I think Doom really strives around the mechanics. And if I tell you, like, you finally got the last weapon I was talking about.
Yes.
Yes, if I spoiled that to you when I got it, it wouldn't hit as well, right?
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. That was a
so
delight to get that, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
it makes you feel, oh, it's so good. Um,
Mhm.
but I will. This is in the trailers. You have the shield. This is what's talked about. The shield is your parry device. So now, instead of doing what Doom has always done and what Eternal in 2016 does, which is they are more difficult games, but they're difficult because you don't have any recourse other than just go full bore, just go ham. I saw you playing on Twitch. Your play style is so much different from the way I played this
Oh,
game.
interesting. What's different about it?
So I watch you go in and you're like clearing the little minions throughout the entire thing. That's not how you play Doom Eternal or the Dark Ages.
Well, wait, no, you gotta leave someone live, but they respawn in this one. So
Yeah,
you kill them for ammo and then go ham and then just go back and get more ammo or life.
you don't need it. because of the way if you look at the game, if you look at the different guns and stuff like that, right? There are different ways to get ammo without killing them. I used them when I was shield bashing to get health if I was really low. But Doom the Dark Ages is you grab that shield, you grab your preferred weapon of choice, whatever that may be, and you go up to the biggest motherfucker at the bar and you try to take him down. Do that. I'm telling you, when you if you haven't played Doom the Dark Ages and you finally get you're like, "Oh, I kinda understand what's going on." You're gonna wait. Big guy's gonna take a swing at you, parry it, and then just go in his face and beat his ass. If you play the Dark Ages that way, it's completely different. Eternal and 2016 were a lot of run and gun. You're constantly moving, you're constantly doing this. And I think that's where this disconnect is, where people are like, I'm not really feeling it. And if you're not feeling it, that's okay. But for me, I felt so badass when I looked at the biggest guy at the bar and took a swing at him and knocked him on his ass. It makes you feel empowered. It makes you feel like you're truly the slayer. And you'll see what I'm talking about since I know where you're at in the trophies. The ending to this is exactly that. And you'll know what I'm talking about. When you get there, you go, "Oh, these guys really do not like they really do fear him." It's not that they don't like him, they fear him. It's like the Master Chief of the Doom universe, where they most notoriously the grunts in Halo would call him the Master Chief, the demon. Guess what? This is what happens in Doom, the Dark Ages. It feels so good. The weapons are amazing. I think there are some nitpicks if I had to choose. Um, Specifically audio mixing is a little bit of a problem, because the soundtrack, while it's not I mean, let's be honest, we it's not the same team.
It's not the
um,
same team. Still super good though.
but I'm telling you, I listen to that soundtrack in my car and I don't have a sound system, and I still am just like, this is amazing stuff. If you go listen to just the soundtrack. There's no and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's it fits the theme of being a tank in medieval time, or in a medieval settings, not medieval times, but medieval settings, right? It fits. There's a lot of deep kick pedals. There's a lot. It's very, the best way to describe it is it's deep. It's rumbly, right? Versus, yes, everybody knows like Rip and Tear and things at Hell's Gate. Those got some great guitar riffs. But here it's a lot more about the bass and the drums, and it kind of fits the aesthetic. I think that's what people are missing the mark on, is they expect a certain level of experience out of Doom, and the Dark Ages is that, but it's in a different coat of paint. And I think if you learn to accept that, you're gonna look and go, okay, wait, maybe there is something here. Um, I think there's a couple of other issues. I mean, honestly, that's my biggest complaint is the audio mixing. Um,
Yeah, I had the
so
same issue.
yeah.
There was some audio balancing. I cranked the music to 100 and lowered the sound effects to 75. So I would recommend you do that because it actually makes the music louder. And yeah, there are some. I think they're going to patch it. There are some audio balancing issues though. I experienced the same thing.
Yeah. Um, can I say, so I will say this much. As much as I know the backstory of what's kind of like overarching, ultimately, I really don't know what the fuck is going on, and I don't care. Or what happened, should I say, because I got the platinum in this, folks. I got the platinum trophy. I did everything I could. I'm telling you, I'm like, okay, I know this faction. I get this faction. I get these guys don't like these guys, but what's going on? How's the Doomslayer fit in? And I got to go back and I got to read some story articles and take a look and do my research. But I didn't care. I was just like, I don't care. I'm ripping and I'm tearing and having fun while I'm doing it. And that's what I want out of Doom. That's what Doom was. I mean, ultimately, Doom, the original Doom, was got popular because of what it was able to do to make it feel like a 3D when it's not actually truly 3D in a first person shooter. Um, this game continues to innovate. They say, okay, well, instead of doing what we've done in here, you get more Doom. What if we give them a shield? What if we add a parry mechanic? How do we make that work? That's what that's what great video games are, is they take a mechanic and an idea and they build upon it. And I think that's what really ultimately happened here, and it fits so well. The glory kills, they're there. If you know what I'm talking about, the executions. Look, slow it down. It's randomized, and it might be situational if you're in the air or not. But there are different kill executions that are there. Are they the glory kills from Eternal? No, but they're there, by all technicalities. I don't know if you
Yeah,
noticed that.
I did. They're there for sure. In Eternal, you had a glory kill. I think 4 glory kills per enemy, depending on how you approach them, 3 or 4, and they were unique to each enemy. But there are still glory kills. You're right. They're highlighted purple now. It's still super satisfying. But yeah, yeah. I think we both love this game. I love this game. Don't get me wrong.
I will say, so I will go on record right now, until I know this is I know there's a 98% chance that this is going to get shot down,
Just don't
in
even
the next
say
couple of weeks.
it.
But this game beat Split Fiction for me on Game of the
Wow.
Year.
All right.
Um, Split Fiction is an amazing game. It's really hard, but I'm telling you, this game that just made it feels good to play, and that's what I want out of a Doom. I want to feel good playing. There are some problems. I think there's some of the mech stuff and the flying stuff, which isn't the promotional stuff out there, guys. That's what they talked about. I think it's a little short-handed. I think it's a little light. It could have used some expounding upon whatever terminology you would like to use, but they were still amazing to do. There's only They don't take up the whole game. They only have small segments. So you're like, okay, that was kind of weak, but who cares? And then you get into other parts of the game where you're right back to doing this. Um, and I'm telling you, man, the way I played Doom, the Dark Ages, I'll leave it like this. This is the difference between you and I. I saw you were using certain weapons, and I'm like, okay, that's a cool way to do it. Once I got the super shotgun, spoiler, there's a shotgun in a Doom game. If you don't
What?
like, I know. If you think that's a spoiler, we need to talk. I would wait, get that parry in, and then go in and just super shotgun a dude and just tear him from the middle and just watch him be two shot. Like once you
It's
level that thing up, man.
Oh no, it's too powerful sometimes. This is another thing about this game. It's easy. It's
It
the
is.
easiest Doom. I think we both cranked it up to ultra violence, and it's that brings a challenge. I think that's the balance, but that's cranking it up twice, right?
Mhm.
It's hurt me plenty, and then ultra violence, and then the normal is before hurt me plenty. But yeah, dude, the super shotgun. I don't know. It kind of breaks the game in a good way, but I keep it in my arsenal for if I'm in a really tough spot.
So did you? So I gotta ask. No spoiler for the community out there. The shield runes. Did you get? Did you get? Did you get them all?
No, not yet.
That's when the game absolutely breaks. I'll
Oh
leave it
shit.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, that game,
Okay.
once you have all of those and then you have a super shotgun, it's game over. Like, you can literally just go to the end and just now, I will say the good thing about the game, and this is why I really appreciated it, um, I'm not gonna get too specific, but ultimately, the way you play the game against the mobs versus the way you play boss battles is completely different, and it takes a little bit of adjustment. But you're right. This is probably the easiest Doom game. There is a achievement, or not an achievement, but there's an in-game reward for beating the game on the hardest difficulty. Um, I'd like to go back and do it. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of games, and I already got the platinum trophy. But yeah, that's Doom: The Dark Ages. It feels fucking good to play this game, man. The audio is mixing it. While the audio mixing aside, it still shakes your house. I got yelled at by my wife because I was playing the game too loud. My kids made comments about me playing this game at full blast. You feel like a badass. You feel like the Doom Slayer himself, and not just a guy who has the Doom Slayer skin and can get one shot by demons. This guy is supposed to be spoiler, but the guy's supposed to be a human with the embodiment of essentially a celestial. Why is he getting killed in one hit? That should not happen. Guess what? It doesn't happen in this game. And there's a certain dance to it. This is easily right now. This beats Split Fiction. I know it's not going to stand, but right now it's my game of the year. It's probably my favorite Doom game. And I got to say one last piece before we wrap this up, man. This is a shout. This is a warning to the community. Okay, I want you to stop, please. You don't have to. but I'm just asking from the bottom of my heart. Stop with the doomsaying, so to speak, about every video game that has a little bit of the slightest issue out the gate. I I was worried because I saw that Doom: The Dark Ages doesn't run really well on PS5 Pro. Guess what? I played the game on launch. Not the early access, but day one launch. No issues.
Yeah, no
Zero.
issues here either.
I
Runs
heard
fine.
Yeah, I heard issues about a trophy that was notoriously bugged. Guess what? Never had that problem. I don't know if you've gotten it. I don't know if you've had that issue, but I haven't
We'll
heard.
see.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any of my friends that I'm friends with on my they haven't had the problem. So, and then I hear, "Oh, well, this is why you don't get it on PlayStation. This is what you get. This is the worst launch of a Doom game ever." I've heard every diatribe out there about this. Calm down. This game is really, really fucking good. Stop with this, please, 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 please. Just because the game doesn't give you a waifu to play with out the gate, that's real life, doesn't mean you need to pretend like it's the worst game in the world. We can have these conversations, and that's where I'm going to leave this episode at. Is this is why we have these conversations. I know you, Matt, are not as hot on Doom, but I'm telling you right now, I thoroughly enjoyed the hell out of this game. It was what 72 hours of just bliss. Um, is it necessarily going to stand the test of time as the game of the year for 2025? No. But do I think it's worth every penny? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, I'm hot on the game. I love this game. It's
Mhm.
incredible. It's my action game of the year. It's followed up from another game that might be doing it an injustice, unfortunately, because the game I played before this is in my top 3 games of all time. But let me be clear. I fucking love this game. It's incredible. I don't know where it ranks in my 3 Doom games I've played the last 5 years, but or 10 years, 2016. Um, no, I highly recommend this game. It's my action game of the year, easily. It's an incredible Doom experience. I actually love the story. I love the story beats. I think that's one thing I think it has over Eternal and 2016. The story beats I love. It's like they're actual cutscenes, and I'm in there reading all the codexes, and I know all about the story, and I have many theories that I want to talk to you about offline. I love the story beats. But yeah, no, this game is like 9 out of 10 for me. I fucking love this game. So I'm not hot on it. I would recommend this game, and it's an incredible high octane experience. Go slay some demons. I mean, Eternal just is up there though with me. So I don't know how let me finish it, right? I got to finish it, and then I think I'll talk more about it on the next episode.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Maybe we can do a spoiler cast. We'll say we'll see.
oh yeah.
But that's definitely, I
Yeah.
think you'll like it. Especially if you're a lore guy, if you're really getting into
Mhm.
the lore and the story, I think
Yes.
you will absolutely appreciate. And we'll talk offline about this, but I think you will really appreciate the way this ends.
Okay. Awesome. I'm excited. I think I'm like halfway or something, or a little over that. But yeah, I'm very excited to play it or finish it, and I've been playing it, and yeah, I love it. I love it, and it sounds like you love it too. It's your game of the year. Uh, and the next game you're probably going to start is it's not gonna be your game of the year for long. I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling you this right now. And you're going to talk about that on the next episode, or what you're playing after, because you already platinumed this. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about Doom: The Dark Ages on the next one after I finish it and give my final thoughts. But yeah, this has been episode 4. It's been fun. We've been drinking as we always do, and we've talked some games. So yeah, I think we'll wrap this one up. So keep gaming, keep the conversation going, and you guys have a great rest of your day.
Absolutely enjoy it out there. And as a postscript, when this goes live, will be my wife's birthday. I want to wish my biggest supporter out there a happy birthday. You're the best, and many more years to come.
Happy birthday to Bob's wife. Everyone say it on Discord.
Everybody,
Because
shout
she's
it
on
out there.
Discord, right?
Yeah, she is.
Awesome.
But absolutely, man. All right, everybody,
Cool.
take care on the community and keep on gaming.
See ya. Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming and, most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.